The phone rang at exactly 3:15. I know because I'd been staring at that clock on the wall for 2 hours and 47 minutes. Waiting. You ever wait for something so hard that time just stops? Where every minute feels like an hour? Where you start hearing phantom rings that aren't really there? I'm Midnight Leon, and tonight I want to tell you about a phone call that never came. About my best friend Marvin. About the summer of 1978. And about the moment I learned that some promises, no matter how sincere they sound, just don't get kept. Stay with me. This one still stings a little. But maybe you've been there too. It was August, hot, the kind of heat that makes everything stick to everything, the kind where even sitting still, you're sweating. I was 14 years old. Marvin was my best friend, had been since 3rd grade. You know how some friendships just are? You don't remember deciding to be friends. You don't remember a first conversation. You just look up one day and realize this person has been there your whole life. That was Marvin and me. We did everything together. Rode bikes, played basketball at the park, until the streetlights came on, snuck into the movies through the back door, shared secrets we swore we'd never tell. He was the kind of friend you thought you'd have forever. And then his family moved, not far, just across town, 20 minutes by bike. But in 1978, when you're 14 and you don't drive, 20 minutes might as well be 200 miles. We'll still hang out, Marvin said, the day before they left. I'll call you. We'll figure it out. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? We were best friends. The first week after he moved, I didn't hear from him. I told myself he was busy, unpacking, getting settled. New neighborhood, new room. I understood. The second week, I called his house. His mum answered. Oh, honey, Marvin's out with some boys from the neighborhood. I'll tell him you called. Okay, can you ask him to call me back? Of course, sweetheart. He didn't call. The third week, I called again. This time, Marvin answered. Hey, man, I've been meaning to call you. Yeah? Yeah, it's been crazy over here. But listen, I'll call you this Saturday. We'll catch up. Maybe you can bike over. We can shoot some hoops at the court by my new place. Okay? Saturday? Saturday, I promise. I'll call you around noon. And I believed him. Because that's what you do when someone's your best friend. You believe them. Saturday morning, I woke up early, didn't even need an alarm. Just opened my eyes at 7:30, wide awake, excited. I ate breakfast fast, cleaned my room without my mama even asking, did my chores, took a shower, put on a clean shirt. By 11 o'clock, I was sitting in the kitchen staring at that avocado-green rotary phone on the wall. You remember those phones? Heavy, solid, the kind where you had to actually dial each number, and if you messed up halfway through, you had to start over. That phone was the center of our house. Every important call came through that phone, every piece of news, good or bad, and today it was going to ring at noon, and it was going to be Marvin, 11:15. I sat at the kitchen table, did some homework, kept one ear on the phone, 11:30. I got up, paced a little, sat back down, 11:45. My mama came into the kitchen. You waiting on a call? Yeah, Marvin's supposed to call at noon. She smiled. That's nice. You two making plans? Yeah, I might bike over to his new place. Be careful, that's a long ride. I will. She went back to the living room, 11:55. I pulled a chair close to the phone, sat down, watched the clock. The second hand swept around. Slow. So slow. 56, 57, 58, 59, 12 o'clock. I stared at the phone. Any second now, any second. It didn't ring. 12:05, the second hand on that clock kept moving. Tick, tick, tick. But the phone stayed silent. I stared at it, willed it to ring, like if I focused hard enough, I could make it happen. 5 minutes late. That's nothing, right? Traffic lights, a conversation with his mum. Maybe he had to finish breakfast first. 5 minutes is reasonable. I stayed in my chair. 12, 10. Okay, 10 minutes. Still fine. Maybe his watch was slow. Maybe their phone was busy and he was waiting for someone to get off the line. I knew how party lines worked. Sometimes you had to wait your turn. That was probably it. I adjusted my position in the chair, stretched my legs, pulled the chair a little closer to the phone, just in case. 12:15, 15 minutes now. I got up, walked to the living room. My mama was watching her Saturday programs. I stood in the doorway for a second, then walked back to the kitchen, sat down. The phone sat there on the wall, green, quiet, mocking me. I picked up the receiver just to make sure it was working, heard the dial tone, put it back. It was working fine. 12:20, 20 minutes late now. My mama appeared in the doorway. He didn't call yet. Not yet, but he will. She looked at me, really looked at me. The way mothers do when they see their child believing in something that's already breaking. Baby, maybe. He'll call, Mama, he promised. She didn't argue, just nodded slowly. Touched my shoulder as she walked past to get something from the cabinet. I heard her sigh quietly as she left the room, but I didn't move. 12:30, half an hour late isn't that bad, right? I mean, things happen, emergencies, family stuff. And maybe they had to run an errand real quick and it took longer than expected. He'd call. He'd apologize, we'd laugh about it. Man, you won't believe what happened. I could already hear him saying it. I stayed in the chair. 12:45. My little sister came into the kitchen. She was 9, loud, always moving. Why are you just sitting there? Waiting for a phone call. From who? Marvin. Oh. She opened the fridge, got out some juice. You've been sitting there a long time. I know. What if he doesn't call? He will. She shrugged, poured her juice, left. But her question stayed in the room. What if he doesn't call? No, he would. He promised. 1 o'clock, 1 hour late. I told myself maybe I misunderstood. Maybe he said 1 o'clock, not noon. That made sense. 1 o'clock on Saturday. Yeah, that was probably it. I felt a little stupid for waiting since noon, but also relieved. Mystery solved. 1 o'clock. He'd call at 1. I relaxed a little, leaned back in the chair. Any minute now. 1:05, 1:10, 1:15. The relief I'd felt started to curdle into something else, something heavier. 1:30. My stomach felt strange, empty, but tight. Like when you know bad news is coming, but you're still hoping you're wrong. I got up, paced to the back door, looked out at the yard. The sun was bright, hot. I could see the heat waves rising off the concrete. Kids were playing down the street. I could hear them laughing. I went back to the kitchen, sat down. 1:45, 2 o'clock, 2 hours since noon, 1 hour since 1 o'clock. The chair was uncomfortable now, my back hurt, my legs were stiff, but I didn't move because if I left, even for a minute, that's when he'd call. I knew it. The universe worked that way. The second you stop waiting is the Sunday came and went. I didn't think about the phone call, or I tried not to. I went outside, played basketball, came home, did homework, normal stuff. But there was this weight in my chest I couldn't shake. A week went by, then another. I stopped checking if anyone had called. I stopped sitting near the phone. I stopped expecting anything. 2 weeks later, I was in the backyard when my mama opened the screen door. Baby, Marvin's on the phone. I walked inside, picked up the receiver. Hello? Hey man, what's up? His voice was the same, bright, easy, like nothing had happened. Not much. Man, it's been a minute. Listen, I'm sorry I didn't call that Saturday. Things got crazy. My cousin came to visit and we ended up going to this arcade and Anyway, my bad. But we should definitely link up soon, for real this time. Yeah. Cool, I'll call you next week. We'll set something up. Okay. All right, man, later. Later, I hung up, went back outside, and I realized something. I didn't believe him anymore. I'll call you next week. Those words used to mean something. Now they were just sounds, and I was right. He didn't call, and I didn't wait. School started in September. High school, new friends, new schedules. Life moved on. But every now and then I'd think about Marvin. Wonder if he remembered that Saturday. Probably not. I saw him once at the mall. We were at the arcade. He was across the room with kids I didn't recognize. He saw me, raised his hand, little wave. I nodded back. He turned back to his game. That was it. By sophomore year, we didn't even wave, just a nod. By junior year, even that stopped. We were strangers. Two kids who used to share everything. Strangers, not because of a fight, just faded, like a photograph left in the sun. And it all started with a phone call that never came. Senior year, I heard he got a car. Heard he was going to community college. I didn't care. Not in a bitter way. The information just didn't mean anything. Graduation came. Marvin was somewhere in that crowd, but I didn't see him, and I didn't look. After that, I never saw Marvin again. I don't know where he ended up. I hope he's doing well, but I don't think about him much anymore, except sometimes late at night, when I'm thinking about friendship and promises and how time can turn people you thought you'd know forever into people you can't even remember clearly. And I think about that Saturday, that phone, that clock, and that kid waiting for his best friend to keep a promise. And I feel it again. Not anger, just sadness. The quiet sadness of understanding that some things don't last, no matter how much you want them to. Some things just end. And sometimes they end with a phone that never rings. I'm 63 years old now, and I've had a lot of friendships in my life. Good ones, real ones. The kind where you show up for each other. But I've also had friendships that faded, that ended with an unreturned call. A "we should hang out" that never became real. And I've learned something. They don't end because people are bad. They end because people are human, because life gets busy, because keeping friendship alive takes work. And sometimes we just don't do it. We mean to, but meaning to isn't the same as doing. And the people waiting, they feel it. They feel the difference between intention and action. And after a while, they stop waiting. Not because they're angry, but because waiting hurts. I think about that when I say, "I'll call you." I think about 14-year-old me by that phone, and I make sure I follow through, because I never want to be the reason someone sits in their kitchen for 3 hours, wondering if they still matter. And here's the thing, I don't think Marvin was bad. He was 14, he got busy, he moved on. That's what people do. But intentions don't change impact. That missed call stayed with me for decades. It taught me that words are cheap, that "I promise" means nothing if you don't honor it. That showing up is what builds trust. When you don't show up, you're sending a message. You're saying you're not a priority. Even if you don't mean it, that's what the other person hears. So if there's someone you told you'd call them. If there's someone you made plans with, reach out. If someone's waiting, show up. Because the phone call that never comes isn't just a missed conversation, it's a crack in the foundation. And enough cracks, the whole thing crumbles. You know what's funny? I still have dreams. Dreams where I'm 14 again. By that phone, and it rings. And it's Marvin saying, "Hey man, I'm on my way." And I wake up. And for a second, I feel that hope again, that everything's okay, that we're still us. Then reality settles in. The phone never rang, he never came. We were never us again. But that sadness I carry, it's not just about Marvin. It's about all the times I didn't show up for someone else. All the times I said, I'll call, and didn't. All the times I was someone's Marvin, because I have been. We all have. And realizing that, that's the hardest part. You've been that person too, and if you're like me, you carry that weight. It keeps me accountable. It reminds me that every promise matters, that people are trusting you with their time, their hope, their belief that you care. I still think about that Saturday sometimes, when I'm making plans, when I'm about to say, we should hang out. I think about that kid in the kitchen, and I follow through, because the phone call that never came taught me more than any call that did. It taught me that love is action, that friendship is work, that promises are sacred, and that sometimes the smallest moments, a 3-hour wait by a silent phone, can change who you are forever. I'm Midnight Leon. Thank you for sitting with me tonight. Next time, I'm going to tell you about the summer we tried to build a treehouse, about splinters and bent nails and arguments, about my dad showing up with a toolbox, and about what it means to build something that lasts. Until then, keep the lights low and the memories warm. If there's someone you need to call them tonight. Don't wait. Be the person who shows up. Good night, my friend.